Hey, what's up everyone? John here from testprepinsight.com, and today I'll be reviewing the Duolingo Spanish program. I'll cover subscription options, how Duolingo stacks up against competitors, how effective their lesson plans are, and much more. So if you keep an open mind and stick with me to the end, this video should be all you need to figure out whether Duolingo is the right choice for you to learn Spanish. So if you're ready, let's get to it. Okay, welcome back. I should mention up front here that since I'll just be focusing on the big ticket items in this video today, if you find you need more detail at any point, you can always check out our full detailed written review on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight Duolingo Spanish Review. That's a great way to get there. Also, we work really hard to produce honest and helpful content, all totally free. So if Duolingo does end up being the right choice for you, we'd really appreciate it if you would use those links listed down below in the description. That's how you can support us and keep our channel going. And if Duolingo isn't a great fit for you, no worries at all. It doesn't matter to me what language learning program you go with, we have a ton of other helpful reviews that you can check out. Alright, so let's kick this review off with pricing, or lack thereof I should say, and that's because Duolingo actually offers a free version of their course. That's right, you don't need to pay a dime. Now, with that said, there are definitely some limitations around the free version that you need to be aware of. First, the free version contains ads, which are sort of distracting and take away from your main purpose, actually learning Spanish. Second, you have a limited amount of hearts with the free version. You start with 5 per day, and if you answer a question incorrectly, you lose a heart. So really, you're only allowed 5 misses. Unless you go back and practice old lessons to restore your heart count, which can be kind of annoying at times. And lastly, free users have a limited amount of test outs. So I'll cover the structure and format of the Duolingo lessons here in a minute, but essentially, if there's a skill or topic that you already know really well and you want to skip ahead to keep learning new material, you can take a short quiz to test out of that particular topic and move on to the next lesson. But the issue here is that free users only have a limited amount of test outs that they can use. So again, it's just another annoying aspect of the free account. So instead, a lot of consumers tend to opt for Duolingo Plus, which is a paid subscription. It costs $84 per year or $7 per month, depending on which way you want to look at it. And for upgrading to the Plus plan, Duolingo removes those annoying ads, includes unlimited hearts, unlimited test out attempts, and adds personalized lessons to review your mistakes, among other features. So, is it worth it to upgrade? That's often the big question. I think it is personally. I think the premium features make for a much better experience, but ultimately, this will likely just come down to your budget. If you want, Duolingo does offer a 14-day free trial for their Plus plan, so you can always test it out first and see if you like that better than the free version. But of course, if you are willing to pay for a Spanish learning course, that begs the question, why Duolingo? Why not consider one of the more premium language learning programs out there? And I think that's a valid question. As you'll find out later in this review, Duolingo certainly has a few disadvantages. So if you are going to pay for a course, I'd recommend checking out our reviews of Pimsleur, Babbel, or Rocket Spanish. In my opinion, these companies offer more robust programs. I'll go ahead and link them down in the description for you below if you want to check them out. But I'm not here to talk about other companies. I'm here to talk about Duolingo, so let's jump into how their Spanish course is structured. Essentially, within Duolingo's Spanish tree, there are different checkpoints. And within each checkpoint, there are 20 to 30 modules or skills that cover concepts like present tense, to more thematic topics like emotions and travel. Each skill or module is made up of 6 levels, and within each level, there are 3 to 4 lessons. And each lesson is very short. They only take about 5 to 10 minutes to complete, so that's kind of it from a high level. Basically, there are different modules or skills you need to complete, and each module consists of several levels and lessons. That's the basic framework. And Duolingo dictates the order in which you complete modules. New modules only become active once you've completed the previous one. And this holds true for the individual lessons within each module. However, as I mentioned earlier, Duolingo does allow you to test out of individual modules as well as groups of modules, otherwise known as checkpoints, by passing a short quiz. And as you complete each quiz, you earn experience points, or XP points for short, as well as Duolingo currency known as lingots. The XP points relate to your daily goals and allow you to track your progress, while the lingots can be used to purchase additional features within the Duolingo store. The whole idea here is that Duolingo is trying to sort of gamify your language learning journey. Okay, so now that you know how the Duolingo program is structured, let's dive into what the lessons themselves are actually like. And they're very short. As I mentioned earlier, each is only about 5 to 10 minutes long and they go by super fast. And that's because each lesson is made up of a dozen or so quick-hit interactive drills and exercises. These exercises include 1. Listening drills. So you might listen to a native speaker say a word or phrase, then you select it from a list, or you listen to a full sentence and then you're asked to type it in. 2. Fill in the blanks. So you might be shown a cartoon graphic of a man alongside a sentence and you click the word hombre to complete the sentence. 3. Matching pairs. So you might be shown 10 different words, 5 in English and 5 in Spanish, and you match them up correctly. 4. Verbal practice. So you might listen to a native speaker say a phrase or sentence, and then you're asked to repeat it. And Duolingo's voice recognition technology is just there to judge your pronunciation. More on that later. 5. Writing full sentences, both from English to Spanish and vice versa. And lastly, 6. Completing mock conversations by selecting the right response. Those are really the primary exercises that you'll complete, just in different variations and difficulty levels. I know I covered that pretty quickly, so if you want to see some examples of the Duolingo drills and exercises, be sure to check out our full detailed written review. I'll have it linked down below in the description. I have screenshots and examples over there so you can get a feel for what to expect. Alright, so now that I've covered the different subscription options and you know what the lessons are all about, let's get into what I like and what I don't like about Duolingo after thoroughly testing this program. But before I get to that, I should mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we give away a free language learning course to one lucky person. It's super simple to enter. Everyone is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description. It'll take you less than 10 seconds to enter, and hey, you never know, you could win a free Duolingo Plus subscription. Alright, let's start with the things that I like about Duolingo. Number 1, the fact that they offer a free version. That's pretty rare in today's day and age. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are some downsides with the free version, but still, if you're on a tight budget and you're just looking to learn the basics before an upcoming trip to Mexico, then it's hard to argue with free. 2, I like that Duolingo offers a pretty wide variation of drills and exercises that span listening, speaking, reading, and writing. It's just great that you get practice and experience across several different mediums. 3, I like that the lessons are short and engaging. They go by super quick. This is great for busy professionals and students. Not everyone out there can spare an hour every day to complete lessons. Sometimes 15 to 20 minutes is all you have, so it's nice that you can knock out 3 or 4 lessons a day in a short time frame and still feel productive. 4, I like that Duolingo lessons include English directions, hints, and translations. Not all language learning programs do this. For example, Rosetta is a big believer in 100% immersion, no English. And although I do think there is some merit to this strategy, I also think that it can lead to frustration. Ultimately, I just appreciate that Duolingo incorporates English to ensure you always understand what's going on, what's being asked of you, and to help keep the lessons moving in a timely manner. Number 5, I'm a big fan of Duolingo's dashboard, their digital platform, and all the visuals and reminders that they provide. Their dashboard is super clean and easy to navigate. It includes a daily goal tracker, a scoreboard where you can compete against other users. You can invite friends, keep track of your achievements and streaks, etc., etc. All of which create a fun, collaborative environment to keep you motivated and on track. So 2 thumbs up from that perspective. And lastly, 6. I like that Duolingo provides access to other resources as well. This includes short stories to sharpen your reading and listening skills, forums so you can connect with other learners to talk about tips, their language learning experiences, discover fun Spanish games to play, and get answers to your questions. It's really wide open. Duolingo also includes access to their podcast as well as translation dictionary, but perhaps my favorite resources are the online events where you can directly interact with other learners and earn XP points. Some of these events take the form of classes so you can learn about interesting topics, or you can simply connect directly with other learners at the same level as you to practice your speaking skills. It's just a great tool to take advantage of. Okay, now that we've got all the warm and fuzzies out of the way, let's switch sides to talk about the things that I don't like about Duolingo. Number 1, the Duolingo lessons don't really develop your speaking skills very well. Yes, I know there are speaking exercises integrated into their lessons, but they're just not very good. Really, you're just asked to repeat words and phrases in a vacuum. You listen to a phrase and then you're immediately asked to repeat it. And their voice recognition technology is just okay. It's definitely not perfect. There were multiple instances where I knew I was mispronouncing a word or phrase and it would accept it and tell me that I was correct. It's just very limited. Instead, when it comes to verbal practice, I think Pimsleur, a Duolingo competitor, is much better. The Pimsleur audio lessons ask you to say words or phrases and respond to a native speaker in the context of an actual conversation. With Pimsleur, you're actively involved in tracking a conversation, and the moderator of the audio lessons keeps you on your toes to recall and use the language under pressure, just as you would in real-life situations, which ultimately I think is just a much better environment for learning a new language. Again, if you want to check out Pimsleur, I'll have our full detailed written review linked down below in the description. Okay, number 2. Some of the sentences that Duolingo uses within their lessons are unnatural. I've read many complaints about this issue, and I'd have to agree. To be fair, it seems like Duolingo has improved in this area as of late, but you still occasionally come across an awkward sentence or phrase that sort of turns your head, whether from a grammatical perspective or a pure, what the heck did I just hear perspective. A couple of the examples I saw within the forums were, my horses collect teeth, and I like that beer since yesterday. It's not the end of the world, but it can disrupt and distract your learning process from time to time. All right, number 3. Within the Duolingo lessons, grammar instruction doesn't seem to be a priority. Now, I'm not saying they should bog you down with dense, boring grammatical principles, because sometimes I actually think that can do more harm than good, especially when you're first trying to learn a new language. But I just wish they included a little more instruction or explanation around grammar rules, kind of like how Babbel does it, which is another Duolingo competitor. Babbel integrates grammar instruction into their lessons in a very subtle and efficient way. Sometimes it's just a quick, simple 1 to 2 sentence explanation, which I think is great. And if you want to check out Babbel, I'll have our full detailed written review linked down below in the description. Okay, number 4. I already mentioned this earlier, but if you do stick with the free version, the ads can become distracting and annoying. It's not bad at first, but then it can start to wear on you. I mean, let's face it, you're there to learn and practice Spanish, not be bombarded by advertisements. And lastly, number 5. The heart system can be discouraging. Again, the hearts are basically a synonym for mistakes. With the free version, you have a limited amount of mistakes, so if you make too many, you have to stop and either review old lessons in order just to earn more hearts, or you just give up for the day. Which, from reading the forums, it sounds like that's what a lot of folks end up doing, especially when many of the mistakes come from typos, not actually incorrect answers. It's just another annoying aspect of the free version of the course. Okay, that about does it for this review. I hope you have found it helpful. All in all, I think there's a lot to like about Duolingo. I mean, it's free, there's a decent variety of drills and exercises, and the digital platform is top-notch. But with that said, there's certainly disadvantages with Duolingo as well. Most notably, it's just not ideal for developing your Spanish speaking skills, and there are some annoyances around the free version. Ultimately, I just think Duolingo should be used more as a supplemental study resource rather than as a full-fledged language learning course. You're just better off treating it more like an educational game than a serious study resource. So if that's all you want, maybe you just want to brush up on some Spanish for fun from time to time, then I think Duolingo is an excellent resource. But if you're serious about learning Spanish and you really plan on dedicating a good chunk of your time to achieving, let's say, an intermediate level, then I think Babbel, Pimsleur, or Rocket Spanish are likely a better bet. Again, I'll have all of our reviews on those linked down below in the description so you can check out those other options. And again, that's all I have for you. I hope this has been helpful and you learned a little something. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and dropping us a quick comment below. That'd really be appreciated. And if you want to see our full detailed written review of the Duolingo course, make sure to jump on over our website, testprepinsight.com, as well as check out the rest of the videos on our YouTube channel. We have a ton of great content. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and adios.